Welcome to digital class of agricultural science for class 9 and 10 during COVID-19 home quarantine time by Salim Ahmed. You know your syllabus. Have you got your syllabus, everyone? Here is your syllabus. I will be not talking too much on it. We have completed many topics of your syllabus, but we will be discussing today chapter 3. Today's concentration will be chapter 3, agriculture and climate. Section 1 will be discussing crops and varieties tolerant to adverse climate. Section 2, climate change and its effect on agriculture. Section 3 will be discussing adaptation mechanism in response to climate change. Chapter 3, Section 1, crops and varieties tolerant to adverse weather. Cold tolerant crops and their varieties. Have you got your textbook? And just take the textbook and you will be getting all the topics in your textbook, and this is the in the form of summary. Cold tolerant crops and their varieties are wheat, potato, rice. Again, rice has two other prominent varieties which are tolerant to cold. Breathe 36 and breathe 35, and you will be getting details of characteristics of breathe 36 and breathe 35. Drought tolerant crops and their varieties. Rice, again, as a crop, rice is prominent in our country. You know, almost 80% of our total arable land is covering is under rice cultivation. Rice varieties are which are drought tolerant, Bridhan 36 and Bridhan 35. Wheat varieties which are drought tolerant, Bari wheat 20 and Bari wheat 24. Sugarcane varieties which are drought tolerant are Ishordi 33, Ishordi 35, Ishordi 37, Ishordi 39 and Ishordi 40. Other crops, Bari chola, you know, gram, which we used to take during Ramadan time very much. Bari chola 5, Bari barley 6, and Bari brinjal 8, Bari hybrid tomato 4, and Bari hybrid tomato 3. Then crops and varieties tolerant to adverse weather. Under this section, we also get saline tolerant crops and their varieties. You know, highly tolerant crops are coconut, betel nut, turnip, barley, date, sugar beet, cotton, and spinach. Medium tolerant crops are sweet potato, chili, guava, hog plum. Uh, Rice varieties which is salt tolerant, salinity tolerant are Bridhan 40, 41, 47, 53, 54, and Bridhan 8. Bari Alu, that means potato, Bari Alu 22, which popular name is Shaika, and Bari Mustard 10 are salinity tolerant crops. Sugarcane, again, it should be 39 and 40 are the saline tolerant varieties under of sugarcane. Flood tolerant crops and their varieties are rice, BR22, which popular name is Kiron, and BR23, which BR is the popular name Dishari, Bridhan 51 and Bridhan 52 are the flood tolerant crops. Sugarcane, Ishurti 32 and 38 are flood tolerant crops. Again, jute, BGRI Kenaf 3 is a variety of jute which is flood tolerant. Chapter 3, Section 2, Climate Change and its effect on agriculture. You know, United Nations declared that 7 crores of people of Bangladesh will be affected due to climate change and due to its geographical position and geonatural characteristics. IPCC, you know what does IPCC mean? Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. They report that the average annual temperature during 1985 to 1998 has increased 1 degree centigrade in the month of May and 0.5 degree centigrade in the month of November. Salinity has found in the 8.3 lakh hectare of land in Bangladesh. Average rainfall has increased in Bangladesh. There were floods in 2002, 2003, 2004 and 2007. That means flood increased. The number of severe flood has been increased. The number of cyclones in the Bay of Bengal has increased. The saline seawater has entered up to 100 kilometers inside the country through the rivers in summer. What unfavorable conditions may appear due to climate change? Number one, very high temperature in summer may be seen. Irregular and untimed rainfall may be seen. High rainfall within short time. Consequently, water stagnancy and landslide may occur. Low rainfall in dry season may appear. Increase in severity and number of flood. Crop damage due to sudden flood and drought. Excessive cold and hot waves may be increased. Increase of land under salinity and soil erosion. Increased intensity and number of cyclones and tidal upsurge. Increased incidence of fog, hailstorm, etc. Effect of temperature fluctuation on crop production. If temperature fluctuates, then various types of effects may be seen. Number one, yield of HYV rice. HYV stands for high yielding variety of rice will be decreased, and disease infestation in wheat will be increased due to increase in temperature. If temperature is increased by 2 degrees centigrade from the existing temperature, wheat cultivation will not be possible in Bangladesh. Potato and other winter crop production will be severely affected. The intolerable high temperature for rice is 35 degrees centigrade. Flowering stage is the most sensitive for rice at this stage. If the temperature remain at 35 degrees centigrade or more, unfilled rice grains will be increased. Number 4. Low temperature hampers normal growth of rice plants. Number 5. Yield of early planted Boro rice and late planted almond rice are reduced if temperature is lowered at flowering and pollination time. What would be the effect of drought on crop production? Number 1. Yearly 30 to 40 lakh hectares of land in the country is affected by different levels of drought. Crop yield in drought-prone areas depends on intensity and duration of drought and crop growth stages. The drought can be divided into 3 categories depending on the injury caused by drought. Number 1, severe drought, in that case yield loss will be 70 to 90%. Moderate drought, in that case yield loss will be 40 to 70%, and normal drought, in that case yield loss will be 50 to 40%. Drought hampers the cultivation of almond rice, Aus rice, Boro rice, jute, pulse, and other oil crops. Potato, winter vegetables, and sugarcane during March to May. Effect of salinity on crop production. What are the causes of salinity? When cyclone, seashore usage will be increased, tidal flood will occur, then salt bed due to the preparation of salt bed, lifting underground salt water in dry season, and evaporation of soil water, intensive shrimp culture in ghats. All these incidents may increase salinity in the coastal region. What is the extent of salinity in coastal region? That means what is the coverage of salinity in the coastal region? At present, 62.5% of coastal land, which is equal to 16.89 lakh hectare, is affected by different levels of salinity. What is the effect of salinity? In case of salinity, increased salinity, loss of soil fertility and productivity of land may occur. It will be difficult to find suitable varieties of crops, and salinity intrusion in newer areas will be increased. Effect of flood on crop production. What are the causes of flood? The intensity, duration and frequency has been increased due to climate change. You know, the intensity of flood and its duration and frequency has been increased due to climate change. What are the causes? Ice melting in the Himalayan plains, then heavy rainfall, siltation in rivers, lack of dredging, and poor management of rivers may be the causes of increased number of floods. What is the extent or what is the coverage of flood, or what area is being inundated or being flooded every year due to flood? Yearly 25% of our lands get flooded at different levels from May to September. What effects we may get from the floods? Loss of crops at various stages, loss of fishes from the pond, increased disease infestation, damage of roads and flood protection bonds, havoc to life and assets of coastal regions, and permanent water submergence. Now, come to the point, creative question on the topics covered. Creative question 1. You just take note and you have to prepare these answers of these creative questions, and you are to submit it after once you get entered into the school campus physically. Okay, get ready to submit your homework copy by writing down this creative question and by writing down this answer of the questions. Question number 1. Bablatala Union of Jashore district has got comparatively less rainfall last year. Farmers were also not getting proper irrigation facilities. As such, some advanced farmers went to local agriculture office to consult with the officer. The agriculture officer suggested them to adopt some suitable varieties of crops, the ways of managing the situation, and water reservation. Now questions you have to answer. Number 1, what is the cold tolerant variety of crops? You have to mention one cold tolerant variety of any of the crops, as we have discussed earlier. What crops can be grown under submerged condition? Number 3, C. Question C. Explain the technology regarding crops and varieties to be adopted by the farmers of the area. After reading the scenario, you have already got the point. What is the condition? Whether what is the climate change condition is the area is facing? Then you have to pick that one, and accordingly you have to explain the crops and varieties that farmers can be adopted in a very suitable or very beautiful manner. Evaluate the importance of the suggestion given by the officers of the locality. What the officer suggested? The officer suggested to adopt some suitable varieties of the crops, the ways of managing the situation, water reservation. And you have to evaluate what importance is are there of these suggestions given by the agriculture officer. Now, question number 2. Creative question number 2. What is the question or what is the scenario? Rohingya is a farmer of the coastal region of Bangladesh. He used to rear some livestock animals and poultry birds. This year, the farmers of the region are facing serious problems due to heavy rainfall coupled with water submergence. Now, question A. What is the full meaning of IPCC? You know, we have already discussed earlier what is the full meaning of IPCC. B. Explain the adaptation capacity of crops. What is the adaptation capacity of crops? What does the adaptation capacity mean? You have to explain. What problems may the farmers face in the light of the scenario? Just try to get the scenario again and read it out. What scenario we are getting from the given stem, and in that case, what problems will the farmers be facing? D. What remedial measures may Rohingya take to save his livestock resources? In the condition or in the problems due to climate change, what problems Mr. Rohini is facing, and you are to suggest what measures are necessary to take. Thank you for staying at home, and just try to remain with your Salim sir for the next couple of classes. Inshallah, we'll be seeing you very soon.